Guys, we're thinking about having a couple beers on this podcast.
It's the new year, brother.
If that's all right with
Almost.
you. It is almost the new year. It's the 27th today. Lauren, can I just see a beer?
Absolutely.
You guys want to see something cool?
Yeah, I went to high school.
Yeah, I went to high school. All right.
Oh,
There you go. All right.
second time's a charm.
Rusty Featherstone, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. Woo! We are so back.
So
today.
fired up to be back.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Episode 17. We checked with Emily. It's cool if we have a good podcast today.
Yeah, we're going to have a great one.
We're pretty stoked. We're going to do, what do you want to do?
We got
today?
New Year's traditions that don't exist. And we're doing a little year in review, looking back over some of our favorite moments from 2023.
Not podcast moments, for the record. This is not like a...
No,
you know some people
like
do like a sizzle
history.
reel?
Yeah. No. It's not like a review. You know, in the old... I always talk about it. In
What?
the old Survivor seasons, like episode like 15 would just... Or episode like 8 would just be a recap of the first 15 days. Mm-hmm. It's always really confusing when you get... But I guess it's crazy to think about that there were days when you watch TV shows that it was like... If you were falling behind, you just had to wait till like a recap episode or something.
Well, no, they do, like, you know how I'm watching One Tree Hill right now?
Yeah.
They'll be like, last week, on what you...
Yeah, well, those I love.
Here's what you missed on One Tree Hill. And it'll be like, Dan's good now?
Yeah.
Dan is, if you guys are One Tree Hill fans out there, Dan, at the part of the show that I'm in right now, Dan is going fucking straight up bonkers.
Sicko
Oh,
mode?
the coach?
No, Dan's the dad.
Isn't he also the coach?
At one point. Briefly. Okay. He's like the interim head coach for a little
That's
bit.
the only episode she watched.
Yeah, I guess.
I had the craziest dream last night. My problem is I will like go on like 2-week hiatuses from melatonin, and then I'll come back like home and I have it, and I'll be like, oh, I'll take it, and I just have like either the most fun I've ever had in a dream, or like last night there was a polar bear trying to get into like this shack that we were in. I think you were there, and you might have been there as well.
Doesn't ring a bell, but I believe you.
And I remember like we had a dart gun that would like subdue it.
Oh, like a toxic, like tranquilizer. Yeah.
And I remember just fucking like bah 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 bah, and it just wasn't going down, and being like, this is bad. We kept locking the door, and then it would unlock the door, but like wouldn't realize that it did it, and would like go to the other one. It was a crapshoot.
Sorry you had to deal with all that.
Yeah, it was stressful.
Have you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Is that the one where you build a park and like you have to make money?
Yeah. But like we used to just me and the homies would just build like a death trap. Like we'd get everyone in the park to like walk into a secluded area and then have a roller coaster that did like a huge hill and then just let off, so all the cars would just go, and then we would let. I was just thinking with the tranquilizer, because it was like the one that had like the Zoo Tycoon mod on it, and so then we would just let lions like loose in the park, and then you could go like hunt them with tranquilizer guns. I did not make any money, but I loved that game. I remember seeing an ad for that game, like on like, you know, those pages that are only like not an only 90s kids know, but like a type of thing where it'd be like old nostalgic ones, and it was a commercial where I think it was the guy that played the older brother in Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, it was a strange cast, and he was like, oh no, sorry, it was Chase from Zoe 101. And they're talking, and Freddie from iCarly. It was like all Nickelodeon kids were cast in this commercial.
Okay.
About Roller Coaster Tycoon?
It might have been Roller Coaster Tycoon. It was like, you can build the park any way you want. And the girl goes, I like to roam around the park and look for the cutest boys. And then it shows like this dude's
like
face, this dude's face that's like not fully rendered yet. Yeah. There's the way that I want to go. If I ever, I think that we will be alive when they figure out like immortality, which I won't take part in, but like there's this roller coaster that some guy came up with where it does so many loops that you would slowly lose consciousness and just die. And I think that'd be a sick way to go.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That would be a weird way to go.
You ever done Hagrid's at Universal?
No.
Never been.
Fucking, it's a movie. You're
loops?
No, it's like a children's ride, but it's like it goes fast. It's just there's nothing like scary. So for guys like me that are not upside down or like fast roller coaster guys, this is like right up my alley, and you get to ride Hagrid's motorcycle. So you're on.
That's fun.
And then your boy's in the sidecar.
That's sick.
So me and my cousin had the fast pass or whatever and rode it like 8 times in a row, got a butterbeer and went home.
That's
A
awesome.
butter beer. I love that.
I love Hagrid. I mean, he's tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm so on board. Oh,
Guy who wants to take part in the Harry Potter discussion but hasn't
this
seen
is
it.
the comment on the most recent podcast on YouTube was Rusty finds a way to bring up Harry Potter in every single
Here
episode.
we are again.
We're like 3 minutes
Yeah.
into this episode.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
I remember there was a ride called the Super Duper Looper at Hershey Park, and it was apparently the first looped roller coaster
Yeah.
in the U.S. or in the world or something. And it just like it was like a novelty. It was like the first loop ever. And it was just like, wow, thank God they polished these things up because it made you like, oh, like you would like smack your head and want to
Yeah.
throw up every time. It was like,
We had one called the Excalibur
ooh, where?
in Portland. I think it might still exist, or not Portland, in Old Orchard Beach, literally right by your.
Yeah, the one I think it's like the Viper now.
Yeah, I think. Well, it was still wooden, if I'm remembering correctly,
Yeah.
which was like never a good sign. You know what I mean?
Fun fact: my dad worked. He was like one of the guys that ran that
He
ride.
was a techie.
Yeah, well, growing up, him and his cousin ran the roller coaster in Old Orchard Beach.
Yeah.
And apparently one time there was like some sort of malfunction and like it just kept going and like it wouldn't stop and it was going to hit the other car and like both had people in it and it was going to be like some nightmare. And like my Uncle Tommy apparently was like a legendary like impulse move where they had like a tarp that they used to like cover the desk when it rained and he just fucking threw the tarp on the tracks in front of the thing and it like grinded up and stopped the car and like saved everyone.
That's amazing.
And they were like 14 and got like no like it was it was like another day at the park. Like, like there was no like award or like
I like the visual of like he has probably like 7 seconds to figure this out,
Yeah.
and he's like, all right, like Danny, throw that tarp on there, and his heart was in the right place, but it just derails the car and makes it way worse. Everyone's like, oh damn, fuck. There's also at I think it's at the same park, but it was called Mousetrap. And
is that the one that like
yeah, it's just only right angles.
Yes,
and it when you're in it, it feels like it's simulating a car
they call
crash.
it the Wild Mouse at Hershey Park.
Yeah, this one was in Maine, and it was just like, it was bad.
Yeah, it's actually funny thing. My dad also he did the Pop a Balloon win a prize. That seems like such a funny like
Yeah, what do you even do?
summer job. You just stand there and like give people darts and hand them Beanie Babies.
There's
That'd be kind of cool.
there's a guy that is hacked, not hacked. You know, when people are like life hacks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He does like those type of hacks for carnival games, and he shows people how to beat
Oh,
them.
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
banned from all major carnivals. He just like will run them dry of pillow pets.
Have you guys ever gotten a toy or like stuffed animal from the claw machine?
Yeah.
You have?
well, yes.
You've successfully gotten one out.
Like once or twice. Do you know apparently
never have.
all the kids these days are like obsessed with the claw machines. I took my nephew Pablito
oh.
and
Is this real?
100% real.
Oh.
Pablito?
Yeah, his dad is from Mexico and his
okay.
dad's name is Pablo. And so it's
Oh, it's like little
name's
Pablo.
Yeah.
Pablo, so they call him Pablito.
Wilito.
He goes by Pablo, I think, to his friends, but we all call him Pablito.
Cute.
And I took Pablito to the arcade when they were visiting. So like where my parents live now is like basically like it's like French Canadian like Ocean City, New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's like Old Orchard Beach.
Where
It's
both
like,
your parents live, right?
well, he lives in like a more respectable part of Maine, and my parents live in like ground zero of like white trash paradise.
No, he's being humble. It's like turning into something else, but there is still a part that has not been reached by like Will's type demographic. That is like the carnival stays there year round. Like when I went to Will's house, like the carnival's still there, and it's like a legit.
It's
thing.
like a nice area, but it's like if you go downtown, it's
like Jersey Shore.
yeah,
in
it's like
Maine.
Jersey Shore in Maine, and it's all French Canadians.
Yeah,
And
they all wear like speedos. And
yeah,
stuff.
it's the whole thing is very bizarre, but.
Yeah, wait, so where were you going with this that kids love?
So this summer, I used to go every day to the arcade and play skee ball.
Okay.
And I got really fucking good, and I was just nailing hundreds. Like I would run that. I would win.
Running
like,
that shit up.
It was awesome. But then they were rigging the machines. But anyway, That was a whole nother thing. I got in a fight with a worker, and then I was like, this is so embarrassing for me that I'm yelling at this like 15-year-old that works at the arcade. So I stopped going. But when Pablito was in town, I took Pablito, and he was like, I just want to do the claw machines. He didn't want to ride the rides. He didn't want to pop a balloon. He didn't want to play skee ball. He didn't want to do any of the... He just wanted to do the claw machines. And I was like, this is baffling. Like, if you're objectively like, you do it like twice, and you're like, all right, I'm getting scammed. I don't want to do this anymore. And apparently I was talking to my aunt, Heidi, his mother, and she said that like, all the kids are just obsessed with claw machines right now. Yeah. And like they go on like TikTok and watch like live streams of claw machines.
Oh, I have.
And it's like totally warped this. Like when they go to like any place that has claw machines, all the kids like congregate. Like 10-year-old kids right now are obsessed with claw machines.
Have you seen the ones that are like iPhones and stuff?
Yeah. Just like you're not gonna like they definitely did the math here. You're not gonna win that.
Yeah. I like to watch those live streams of guys. It's the thing where you drop the quarter in and it'll push all the shit off. You know what I mean? There's like a giant stack of quarters. It's like, if you do the math, it's like, I don't know, it might be like $20 or something.
I hung around that one a lot.
There are like random like 50s and 100s in it. And there's this guy who's like legit. And everyone was like stoked about it. And then it just turns out he owns the thing. So he would go in.
Oh, and he would just
put a bunch of his own money in there, like to make it look like he just won like $500. And then they found out it was like his pizza parlor.
It's a classic play. Yeah.
Should we hear some pitches?
Yeah, we got some pitches. Do we got some pitches?
Bitches.
We do.
Can we say bitch? What can we say on this? At what point
I think
do
we can say
bleep it?
crud.
No, you guys have said it all, I think.
Funk?
Thunk?
I bet, could we say fuck? Right? We've said it many times.
Many, many times.
I don't give
a dick about this.
I don't give a dick. I don't give
a balls about this.
Dude, we are insane.
Dude, what the S is happening on this podcast right now?
Okay, so this pitch...
Can we just say, that's a nice shirt, Lauren.
Thank you.
That's a fun shirt.
Wait, can you see Tweety?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do the embroidery?
No, I got it from a vintage store. My
fucking sick.
favorite vintage store in Cleveland. I've gotten like so much.
In Cleveland?
Yeah.
Her parents live
My
in
family
Cleveland.
lives there now.
Right.
Cleveland, this is for you.
As of 2020.
The city of 1,000 winds.
Yes.
Is what they say.
Sure.
And her brother went to
Dayton.
St. Ignatius.
Yeah.
Did you just guess his high school?
Mm-hmm.
I know, because it's where Dennis Grissel went.
Who the S is Dennis Grissel?
Boston. Boston College's single game passing yards leader. He was like our backup quarterback.
It's not Doug Flutie?
No, he tied this guy. He was like our backup for like 5 years, and he was like a night. I was a waiter, and he would always come into my restaurant on Sundays. So he was a nice guy.
He
and then
tied Doug
he got
Flutie?
put in when our quarterback got hurt, and he went in against Virginia, and we lost the game. But he passed for like 600 yards and tied Doug Flutie's
down
record.
like down to the exact yard?
Exact yard.
That's awesome.
So there's two guys tied for the.
Do you think
all-time.
he got there and the coaches were like, "Get him the fuck out of there. We can't have Doug lose to this fucking guy."
Honestly, yeah.
All right, sorry, Lauren.
Anyway.
Anyways,
I don't know why I always say that. Sorry.
And my buddy Dom Conti went there.
Dom.
I knew a kid named Dom Tachi.
Okay. First pitch submission is from Charles Henney.
There we go.
Or Hen. He says...
By Henny, like Chad Henny.
Yeah.
Henne.
Yeah, Henny.
Okay. He says context pants.
Context pants?
Context pants.
I love
this already.
What's one of the most embarrassing things of all time, and when it inevitably happens to you, is a constant source of harassment from your peers? Spilling water on your crotch, making it look like you tinkled yourself. If only you could
this guy's awesome.
If only you could add some context.
I do that all the time, actually.
Okay.
No, because you know what I find is I lean up against the sink counter sometimes, and like
Doing what?
and then it creates like a line of like while I'm washing my hands for some reason I like
on your shirt though. That's fine.
no it's like usually like here because maybe for you
Oh,
to
yeah,
your
you're
shirt because you're
taller.
so small, but
Well, not really.
well
How tall are you, Lauren? 5'8"?
5'7" and a half.
okay.
I'm pretty tall for a girl.
Okay.
How much do you weigh? No, I'm just joking. I'm just messing around.
Okay. Anyways, enough
Dude,
about
what
your.
the freaking?
All right.
All right, sorry.
Okay, context pants. Introducing the context pants, a pair of pants with a Velcro patch right on the upper thigh. Then, when you spill your coffee on your ding dong right before the big meeting, you attach the "I did not pee myself. This is just coffee" patch to your pants. Problem solved. Embarrassment turns to confidence.
Oh, it like has the words on it. Yeah.
Sure. Yes, it says "I did not pee myself. This is just coffee." So embarrassment turns to confidence. Heckling turns to sympathy. All you need is a little context.
Here's what I love.
awesome.
What's his name?
awesome.
Drew.
Where'd he go? Charles.
Charles. Here's what I love about Charles is he's drawing more attention to it.
Oh, yeah.
But in his head that you are just free and clear because of that. Like no one is asking any questions.
I feel like I tend to try. If I have it and it's noticeable, I'd rather walk into the room and be like, "Hey guys, it's just water," because then it's like everyone laughs and they believe you.
I just pull my shirt on and I hunch over.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what he's saying is perfect. Like maybe there could be another one that's like, okay, this one's actually pee. Like
You
there's
caught
different
me.
patches.
Caught me red-handed.
Busted.
This one's pee.
This time it's piss and shit.
All right.
Like
I
olive
love
oil.
it, Charles. Let's hear
Orange
the
juice.
second one.
Okay. This one, Will,
Just
you're gonna
laughing at different liquids. That you're going.
Will, you're gonna like this one.
Okay, I love it. Is it about
So-
birds?
Rusty will probably
but-
also love it.
Well,
Rusty probably love it too.
I know, but you just wait. Okay, so this is Nathan Lynn. He says sneakers. Wait.
Boys are fired up
What?
today.
No.
Boys are fired the fuck up today. Sorry.
Can I?
I like when we asked Lauren to read something.
And then you just
and
start
then
screaming.
There have been multiple times where she's gotten halfway through and like one of us has started a story.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll forgive you because it's almost
It's Christmas
New Year.
or New Year.
It's
Christmas was 2 days ago.
Christmas.
Christmas. Okay.
Christmas.
Sneakers, not what you're thinking. Snails should have the option to listen to music too. I present to you speakers for snails. It's a shell with speakers built in for snails. Could also work for hermit crabs as well.
What's this fucking coward's name?
Bang! This
What's
guy's
this-
red hot.
What's this coward's name?
Nathan.
Nathan, I love you to death, and there's nothing more than we like than when you're listening. But fuck you, you were pandering to Will, and you knew exactly what you were doing. And
I love it. I for one love it.
why do they need music?
Because they gotta.
Hey, again, Nathan, love you. Pander to Will again. I fucking swear to God, I'm not going to do anything about it. But I feel I want someone to pander to me. Is it too much to ask for someone to pander to me?
Well, I feel like all the pee and poop ones are for you.
Fair. All right.
What song do you think a snail would be listening to?
Highway to Hell. Just fucking. He's on it. What was his snakes? The snail skates or whatever.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Bikes for snails.
He's on his bike just listening to Highway to Hell, and he's like, "This is fucking." I get what all the hoopla is about now.
I'm trying to think of like a funny, like a pun. Like what would a snail be listening to? It's like
Take it slow.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
No, but like a pun on like
Snails.
yeah.
Shell something.
What's like a
We'll come back.
He
to
would
it.
be listening to Shel Silverstein's audiobook.
There we go. That's good. No, don't.
Highway to Shell?
Yeah. It's funny
like
we were
mine
we were
better.
almost there with Highway to Hell. And we didn't get there.
Yeah.
All right, that's great.
I was
But-
about to ask
but-
a dumb
No, he listens to like snail.
Okay, thanks, Nathan.
We're red hot.
I'm
today.
so fucking on fire today. Holy
Okay, we're
crap.
gonna do 4, so I have 2 more.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is from
Fuck. I don't even fuck it. It's 2024.
I don't even fuck
not
it, dude.
yet. We're almost there. Okay, Sir Duncan. I'm assuming that's not his name, but that's his Instagram.
You'd be correct in assuming
That feels like a safe assumption.
Well, could Sir be a name? Probably not. He says, this is a pitch for fans to make it on their favorite podcasts.
Yes.
I'd love to think I could chop it up with the guys, and so does every listener.
Yeah.
That's why we elect a podfather. This way podcast could trust the podfather to test the guests in different situations to see if they could roll with the punches. The podfather would be looking for good high school stories, commitment to the bit abilities, and general podcasting skills. This would give people like me clarity on if I could talk shop with the guys.
No, no one can do what we do. Are you kidding me? We have the hardest job in the world.
I just want to go on record that say you could hang. Based off that, you could hang.
I agree.
I think that there are people that would just be a tough listen. I think to 99% of people we're a brutal listen. But
Yeah, it's all about finding the right.
yeah, I mean, hey,
Audience.
if you're a playmate, you have impeccable taste in podcasts, which mean you could chop it up with us.
Yeah,
I also like that
we're having you on.
we should do that once a year. Just randomly pick someone.
We have 3 days to pull it off.
Fuck. I guess we'll do it next year.
Next year.
Wait, yeah, I like
Next year we're having this guy on.
Yeah. Screenshot his name.
Sir Duncan.
Sir Duncan. We should do a full Sir Duncan interview.
What was it like?
He definitely would be fun, I'm sure.
How did knighthood change you? That would be my first question.
You want to do a fourth? Or was that the fourth?
Do you want me to do a fourth?
You said you wanted
You
to.
said it, but I mean,
know.
we have a bunch too.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should just pitch each other. Let's do one more. Let's do one. Fuck it.
Go-
Let's do one more.
Okay, I'll be quick.
this is
All right, this is from Bennett Power. This is a 2-time submission. We've heard from him before, like several.
What was his first one?
I don't remember.
Just read the first line. We'll remember.
Well, now I have to go into Instagram.
All right. Yeah.
I wrote a parody. I was
it's-
looking in my notes app for my pitches, and I accidentally found this old note, and it's a parody of Jesse's Girl
Okay.
called "Messy Squirrel."
There we go.
Do you wanna,
did you guys?
Do you want to hear
there
it?
was a squirrel in the living room today.
Yeah,
that
that was
one's
in the
on me.
office. You let it in?
No, I saw it. I saw it on the balcony. I didn't do anything about it.
Gross. Do you want to read your messy?
Sitting in a tree. Yeah, he's sitting up on top of that pine. But lately these acorns ain't hard to find, and he leaves them everywhere like he doesn't even mind. And I'm watching him with my eyes, and he's not gonna clean them up, I just know it. Yeah, he's hoarding them in his den late at night. You know that really is a messy squirrel. That really is a messy squirrel. Ba-ba-ba. Where can I find a vermin like that?
There we go.
A vermin.
Yeah,
Because the real lyric is woman.
Well, it's a vermin.
A vermin
Vermin's
is like a rodent.
Like a rodent. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty
That
funny.
No, that was good.
That was from, I'll read the date. That was from September 22nd, 2020.
You were just.
I was cooking
I
that.
thought
You
you
were
were gonna
you were
say-
knee deep in quarantine.
3.5 years. Yeah, it was.
You were like, I need to fucking. Dude, finals. Wait, what was the month?
September of 2020.
Okay, yeah. So you were just back at school.
No, that was during my year off. I was living alone in Greenville, South Carolina. working on
Yeah,
a
that's
congressional
exactly how you come up with something like that.
campaign. Yeah.
All right,
All right.
I'll read this one quick. Okay, so Bennett says it's called the Food Do. Picture this. You ordered the wrong thing at a restaurant. We've all done it. You go to some trendy spot with your friends for lunch or dinner. Everyone sat down, excited to eat, ready to order. Your friends all order something different from you, but you're confident. You stick to your gut and order what you thought would be good, only for it to come out and look way worse, smaller, not what you wanted, etc. While your friends all have deliciousness sitting right down in front of them ready to chow down. With the Food Do, that horrible dilemma is now erased. The Food Do is a small little device that could fit in your wallet with a single button. When pressed, the device quickly scans the table and replaces your trash order with whatever delicious meal your friends were about to enjoy. This saves time and embarrassment, and you can now bond over how good your similar meals are.
I love that. I love that.
I'm just worried about like I don't I only took like 2 economics classes
That's okay.
and I don't really know.
Didn't you fail one?
Yeah, I failed micro. Wait, this is actually a great story.
Yeah, it was like while we were like,
I'll tell this after, but
Yeah.
but
sorry.
I don't know why I feel this way. I feel like this would have some like grave impact on the economy.
Supply and demand.
Because what if you just paid? What if you ordered like water and then like the thing just scans the table and replaced it with like an ice cold beer?
I mean, that's fine, I think, for the
Yeah.
economy.
The micro macro failing story was I was in Nashville and this kid called us and was like where are you guys? It was me and my friend Seamus, or maybe I was the only one in the class, but they were like, where are you? I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, we have the midterm in like 5 minutes. And I was like, ooh, that's so bad. And I soaked a 0 on the midterm, but it was basically like
Soaked to 0 is a great line.
it was basically like if I like aced the final, it was gonna be fine. Like, you know, you can go into Canvas and do like a what if grade. It was like I would have like scraped by, and I don't know if I should be telling. I'm out of college. Whatever. Yeah. I called my friend Harper, who's in London and is like a econ genius. He got 1 A- in Italy, and that's the reason he wasn't valedictorian. And like this, what he
At
like,
Rollins?
Yeah, he
Holy
he
crap.
pleaded with the teacher, and the lady
Pleaded.
I guess that's why I wasn't valedictorian. And they gave him. She refused to move up his grade, so he had a 3.99 at Rollins, which is brutal. But I was reading him the questions. He's on a jog. This is how smart he is, and he's telling me what to type in, and so I have all the answers, and then she quotes this economist, and it says like blank, like so and so said this about the 2008 Great Recession, and only Harper would know that this economist died in 2003. So there's no way he could have been talking about something that happened in 2008.
Yeah,
and he was like, "It's a trick question. Like she definitely mentioned in class whatever, and you weren't there. Like type in like this economist was dead by 2008. Like there's no way he would have known this." And like, it's obviously something I wouldn't know that this economist died. And so that's how she found out that I cheated and gave me a 0 and I failed the class. Yeah.
Wait,
but you were right.
But how can your professor
She was
prove
like,
that?
it was a typo. She was talking about the Great Depression and this quote did happen. And she was like, only Harper Grove would know that. She knew we were roommates and was like, he definitely didn't take this take-home exam.
Damn.
Yeah.
Kid sounds like a genius.
He is. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. We spent last weekend together.
Oh.
Right. Rusty went on a golf trip last weekend. He took Thursday and Friday off and was like, I'm going on a golf trip with my buddies for the weekend. I was like, awesome. That sounds great. He gets back Monday morning. I'm like, hey, how was it? Like, how's the golf trip? He's like, oh, I had a blast. It was great. I was like, how'd you hit him? You know, classic golf lingo. And he goes, oh, I didn't play one hole of golf. And I was like, oh. And he's like, yeah, we were just drinking the whole time. We didn't even get around to playing golf. And I was like, oh, that's probably annoying because you know, did you bring your golf clubs out there? He's like, nope, didn't even bring my clubs. I was like, at what point was it a golf trip and you didn't even bring your golf clubs?
I was gonna play out of somebody else's bag. No, we had a blast. That was one of my better like Instagram story weekends. Like I was on fire.
Yeah. You were posting with some like Santa girls.
Yeah, all my
that.
like friends that are girls from Rollins were all wearing Santa costumes, and I kept just posting. I think I did it 3 times. I posted it was a picture with one of them, and it happened 3 nights in a row. I'm slaying.
Yeah,
it was spelled slay like Santa slay. You guys ready for my first pitch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bring that sucker over there.
Thank you.
I like
Playmates for the last pitch submissions of 2023.
Yeah,
and 2024 is going to be even
coming
better.
in 2024, please.
All right, ready? It's a noise filter that makes all your farts sound like coughs, so that you can just fart freely in public, and it's just like. And I've always just like I hate like holding in a fart. There's something like inhumane about it, and unhuman. Yeah. And I want to just like let them fucking fly.
Yeah, I think I got too comfortable in college.
Yep.
Sometimes I rip one in a context where someone's like, oh my God. And I'm like, I have no choice but to be like, what? I don't care. And I'm like, I actually feel pretty bad about that one.
Dude, it is crazy like with your buddies how comfortable you get farting around them. And then you'll be like with like new like I remember when you and I moved in together with Billy and Chet. We were on the couch one time, and like it was just me and Billy. Like Billy's the nicest man on the planet, but like
100%, yeah.
I just like let one like go, and it was like a week into our friendship, and I remember him being like, "That was like he didn't
bold."
Say he laughed, but he was like, "That was." I could tell he thought it was strange.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Someone's got to be the first to do it.
Harper and I were sleeping butt to butt on like our big. It was the couch that was in Harper and Peter and I's house. And we moved it. Peter took it this year, and it's like this giant couch, like easily could sleep 2 people. We didn't like touch each other, but like our butts are facing each other. It was when we were like kind of both like waking up and like half on your phone, but like he's like still asleep, and I let like the loudest fart ever go, and he just rolled over, and it made me feel really bad.
They're gonna say he sucked it right up with his butt.
All right, what do you got, Willie?
Wait, also, while you were pitching that, I got a flashback to like the first or second episode when you pitched the fart.
Oh,
filter.
underwear that makes your farts smell like.
I actually like got deja vu.
I like that.
It makes for people that weren't here for one of the first episodes. It was underwear that makes everyone else's farts smell like, or makes your farts smell like other people's farts so that they like them.
Yeah, which is genius to this day. Yeah. All right, I've got
still holds up.
This is an idea. I mean, I felt like there couldn't be a better way to wrap up 2023 with. Sorry, forgive my burp. There couldn't be a better way to wrap up 2023 than to pitch my all-time greatest business idea. I won't lie, I've had this one in the back pocket for about 5 or 6 years. I'm not even kidding, like since high school. And I think it's going to get me rich if I can figure out how to pull it off.
Yep.
It's the idea is Tinder for dogs. And what you're thinking is something involving banging. There's no banging. There's no dogs banging, or a lot of times people think it has to do with banging.
Banging.
There's no banging. What it is it's an app for dog adoption, for pet adoption. It's has the interface of Tinder, and it compiles data from all your local shelters into one place.
I'm just realizing you've done this one already, but continue.
No, he hasn't. But you were telling me about this.
I have.
Maybe
I've
we've
told
just
you
talked-
guys about it because I've had this in my back pocket for 5 or 6 years, but I don't think I've said it on the podcast. But anyway,
5 or 6 years.
It has the interface of Tinder. You can swipe through a compiled list of pets up for adoption in your local area based on where you are. You can favorite the ones you like, and you can revisit those. You can adopt or foster. It's called Spot, and the logo it's the word Spot, but the O is a paw print,
Nice.
and it's light blue.
It's kind of like how the O in Rover is a paw print.
Cute.
Is it?
I think so.
Is the O in Rover a paw print? I don't know. Lauren would know. She does it.
Lauren would
instead
know
of
she
working.
takes work off and goes
Let
and
me
does
check.
it.
No, you guys, I haven't had any takers since Pip
What you got to do, this is
because
what I
I'm going
did.
home for 2 weeks.
When I was in college, I was the only person in Greater Orlando that would take dogs over 120 pounds. So I was just making fucking hand over
Big
fist.
boys. Yeah.
There was one that I had one named COVID. And it was
COVID?
Yeah, it was like legitimately 300 pounds. And it was
the dog was named COVID?
yeah. I didn't like it. I disliked it just as much as you do.
What kind of dog?
It was like a giant mutt.
They named it COVID because liberals were scared of it. Come on, that's good.
great.
Lauren, let your guard down a little.
No,
come
sorry,
on.
I
Let your guard down
Lauren,
a little.
Lauren,
on.
Lauren, we know you
don't-
voted for
We know
green,
you voted for
green,
Biden, all right?
No, I was
Greenhouse.
just, I was just,
Jill Stein.
We know you voted for green God.
We voted for the Green Goblin. Just let your guard down a little. Come on.
no, I was just trying to picture. I feel like that dog was like the Sandlot dog.
It
That's what I'm
actually
imagining.
it looked kind of like that.
Yeah.
All right. I got it's kind of like what was it? Who was the guy that pitched the Podfather?
Sir Duncan.
It's kind of like Sir Duncan. No.
Yeah.
It was Sir Duncan? Okay. It's kind of like Sir Duncan. Basically, you hire, like, it's like a subscription based thing, like most of my pitches are these days. And it's, these two podcast hosts get like a brief on how your life's been going. And then they also get access to everything that you've been doing on your phone. And they have an hour-long podcast just for you, like analyzing how your life's going.
That is terrifying, but I love it.
It's almost like a sports show, because I feel like they'd be like, Rusty Featherstone needs to lay off, and Stephen A. You know what I mean?
You got to stay off the weed.
Stay off the weed, and you're like, this is fun.
Shit. Yeah, I love it. All right, you want another one for me? Think about it. What does everyone love? Air fryers. This is the air freezer. Opposite of the air fryer. It's the same thing where you press a button and it goes like, and then it does like a magical it freezes anything you want.
What would you use it on?
Popsicles.
Yep.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
Ice cube.
My buddy had this.
Ice cubes. You can make ice cubes lickety split.
You have this machine that you'd put a beer can in. You press a button and it circles cold water around it so quickly that you could take like a lukewarm beer and it's like freezing after.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
That could be a good use for the air freezer too.
Yeah.
Like it does. You could adjust the setting. You just put a beer in there for a few seconds and then you're good to go.
Do you know what my move was? If I have warm beers and I need a cold one ASAP, you grab a paper towel, you wet it, and you wrap the beer in it, and you put it in the freezer for 5 minutes, and then it makes it so cold without freezing it.
I love that.
Let me look. I got Diet Coke. So Diet Coke has 0 calories, but it's not actively burning fat, right? Like you're still putting stuff in your body. This is a Diet Coke with a fat burner in it. So it's like the best of both worlds. So you're getting your fix, you're getting your soda, but you also are losing fat.
I love it.
I saw like the 1,000-pound sisters.
Yeah.
They go to this actually made me sad because it made
First of all, Will and Liam are our friends.
it was kind of like a wait, because before when you see them you're just like, okay, those are people that like
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They're
Is it a TV show?
Really?
They're these two sisters
Yeah.
that add up to 1,000 pounds. Like it's a bummer.
Total, thank God.
And and my thought process was always like, okay, like they have the tools to be healthy, but they like just choose not to. I immediately realized after watching one episode, it's like an education thing where like they just weren't taught the same things as us. Like they go to this nutritionist, and they're like explaining to her, they're like, how many sodas do you drink? And they call them sodies, and she's like, I don't know, like 12 or 15 or something. And they're like, why do you do that? And they were taught when they were kids that if you eat a sweet, you have to drink a soda to offset it. So like they just had like horrible advice.
Who started that?
Like their mom just told them like, if you drink a sweet, eat a soda or drink a soda to offset it. And
Wow.
that one bummed me out.
That's tough.
All right, should we draft?
I have one more.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Also, after I do one more, I want to go to the bathroom real quick before I draft.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be quick.
Okay.
My last pitch. Okay.
You got the
My last pitch
swap.
is, think about it. You know how guys drive manual cars? You drive a manual?
And up until now, my
Okay.
Jeep was stick shift.
And why do people drive manual cars?
Because it's cool.
Because it makes them seem cooler
gets
and they
you-
can brag
gets you
about
so
how they
much-
do it, even though it's objectively less convenient.
Picking up a girl in a manual car, they'd always be like, "Oh my god, how do you do it?" And I would take my hand and put their hand on it and then do it.
Perfect. So you could do the same thing for what I'm about to suggest. Manual appliances. Blender, toaster, microwave, whatever. It's all automated. What if you had to manually crank it and get it hot and blend it up yourself? And if you had a girl over and she thought that was hot, you could put her hand on that shit and blend it up together.
Come over here and toast this toast.
Yeah. And you just have to like crank a thing to generate the energy for your toaster.
I thought you were just gonna say fake manual. Like your car is gonna run regardless.
Oh, that would be good too. You're just like, and it makes the noises still.
Yeah.
But it's just like totally, yeah. Also a great idea.
All right. Do you guys want to do year in review first, or
Ooh. I think we recap the new year.
you don't want to draft first and then recap?
Sure. I don't care.
I don't even know why I asked. I was gonna force that on you. Anyways.
Okay. So you want to... All right. Should we draft our
Wait.
favorite?
What are some of you do it.
All right. Here's my question for you. What are
This
some
whole
of...
podcast is just you guys burping into the mic.
Crazy.
The moment we had like alcohol, it's just all burping.
It's like burping, pissing.
What are some fun New Year's traditions that your family does?
In my general friend group, we all hold our breath at midnight, and the first person to come up for air has bad luck for the rest of the year.
Wow, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
Because it kind of reminds me, in my family, we change all the clocks and put on the ball drop from last year at 9 p.m., wake grandma up, pretend like we're doing the countdown, and put her back to bed before 9:15 so we can all get drunk for the real one.
Nice. I like that. Mm-hmm. Do you guys do like a New Year's kiss every year?
Yeah. I
In-
make out with hot chicks every New Year's.
In my friend group, we do the New Year's diss, where whoever you're standing next to, you have to rap battle.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's super fun. Well, what we like to do is we eat a hot dog every second of the countdown. So you have to eat 10 hot dogs in the 10 seconds before.
That's super fun. Usually like me and my friends will sit down and we vote on who had the best year. The year prior, that person gets to be king or queen for the night, and they make a rule that everyone has to follow for the entire night.
That's super fun.
Yeah, so it'll be like drink every time Will eats a hot dog or something.
So that'll be a lot of drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun. It kind of reminds me. In my family, we all scream fire 10 seconds before the ball drop, so no one gets to enjoy it.
That's always a good time. Well, like do you guys watch the fireworks ever?
Wait, sorry. It'd be fun to I'm gonna revise mine. In my family, we pull the fire alarm in our building 10 seconds before the ball drops, so no one gets to enjoy it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I like that. Do you guys watch like the fireworks? Do you guys have fireworks at your New Year's place?
Of course.
You guys into this? At like the ski mountain that we did it at, there was like fireworks and everyone would go out. It was at like 9 p.m. or something. So you'd go watch fireworks, then you'd go back to your party. We see who can get the closest. It's like a game of chicken. And like the first person to touch one of the fireworks on their way out wins.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You get like a prize or something.
You have less fingers.
That's awesome. Like
Yeah.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, in my family, we come up with new names for the new year, and it's permanent.
Like, can you give me an example?
Like, I'm Will. That's
Yeah.
just something my dad came up with
Last year?
last New Year's.
Yeah.
This.
Oh, yeah, you were Ryan until that point.
Remember when I was Declan in
Yeah.
08? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a crazy fucking
awesome.
year. Vince Young was on the cover of Madden. I was Declan.
It was crazy they did Barack in 2007. That was kind of bad timing.
Felt weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. What were you saying?
Me and my friends will sit around and we make a list of everyone who wronged us the year before, and we come up with ways to ruin their lives in the new year.
I love that.
Yeah.
We all kind of crowd around the window that points into our neighbor's house, and right when things are starting to get exciting, we use our universal remote to change the channel to The Simpsons.
That's awesome. All right.
All of mine are just about ways to ruin the ball drop.
I wrote all of those hammered on my couch last night.
That's great.
And I remember thinking they were way funnier.
I like that. I think
That was great.
All right.
all right. It's our last episode of the year.
Yep.
First of all, we should just say this is pretty sick. I'll be earnest for like a half second here. Pretty sick that we got to start this podcast this year and that we have all these people who enjoy it and listen to it. So we are super grateful. And I think this next year is going to be really big. So let's check back in a year. But
We're 17 weeks in.
17 weeks is also pretty sick that we've been able to do this consistently 17 weeks in a row.
Yeah. We do want to say thank you.
It's awesome.
You guys made a pretty cool situation for us.
We have, I mean, this
Also,
is a dream. So
I'm going to go on record and say Playmates might be podcast listeners of the year.
Oh, I would definitely put them up there. I mean, they're in the running.
Have they picked the time person yet?
The time, it's Taylor Swift.
And it's her birthday.
It's between
Today is Taylor's birthday.
Yep.
It's December 13th.
I'm
I
drunk
thought
in the back of the cab.
the time person of the year was between like the Iranian protesters and Playmates. Yeah, it's like two people doing really important stuff.
It's like essential workers and Playmates.
It's kind of crazy that. Actually, no. Taylor Swift is definitely the person.
Oh, 100%. That feels like a no-brainer.
She had probably the biggest year,
But
since like I feel like Genghis Khan had a bigger year in like 704.
Yeah.
But
Well, okay, here's the real question. Who's white boy of the year?
Jack Harlow still.
I feel like it's a tough one. Pete Davidson he had a good first half of the year.
Matt Rife.
Matt Rife, white boy of the year.
Matt Rife's worst white boy of the millennium.
Who do we think?
I haven't heard of Pete.
Wait. I want to crack this. I want to crack white boy of the year.
All right, you want me to be serious?
Yeah. Who do you think?
So it's Jack Harlow's in the running, definitely.
Yes. He made a late push too with this new song.
Yeah.
I feel like was there like a good like Austin Reeves, Loki?
No. I think it's Jack Harlow.
White boy of the year, Jack Harlow.
He definitely was white boy of the year last year, so I don't know how I feel about a back to back. But
I know the year before that it was Fauci and Colin Jost.
Oh, Colin Jost is sneaky one of the best white boys
Of this year.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember what happened this year.
Who's like the president of Israel?
Netanyahu is not white boy of the year.
All right. Will and I thought
he's not. Yeah,
he's not white. Will and I. He's also doesn't really sound like that great of a guy.
Well, we're not getting into that
we're not getting
until next episode. Well, our next episode is the
Israeli-Palestinian conflict. All right. Will and I thought it would be fun. We brought some of our favorite moments from 2023. It was a big year. We just want to go over them with you guys. And I would assume there's going to be some overlap, but we can just address that when we get there.
Now presenting the best moments
of
2023.
Yeah.
All right. You want to start?
Let's do that again because I talked over you.
All right. Let's look. Why don't we draft our favorite moments of 2023?
Let's do it. I got when we found that secret alien base in Antarctica, and they turned out to just all kind of be like they were very similar to people from Appalachia. They weren't as alien as we thought they were going to be.
Yeah. They all had like weird drug addictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. They discovered they figured out how to do heroin down there too.
I know. They always find a way.
Yep. There's a will. There's a way.
There's a way. My top moment was one of my top moments was when they invented that new nut that they put in trail mix.
Yes.
I mean, a trail mix has been the same for what, 20, 35 years?
At least.
And all of a sudden there's a new nut and it's in there. And, honestly, not that good, but I respect the effort.
I wish that.
I don't even know.
Krung nut.
Crud didn't?
I just found it kind of off-putting that it didn't crunch. It was like a liquid when you bit into it.
It creamed, yeah.
I thought it was pretty crazy when we outed Brittany Griner as a Russian spy, and she was giving them all the information on who was going to win the finals that year.
Yeah, that was insane. It was totally
they did all
on the line.
They did all of that just to fix the WNBA finals.
Crazy.
That was pretty crazy.
I couldn't believe it when everyone decided the Pope didn't matter anymore.
I know.
Yeah,
That was a weird day.
That was a big deal for a while. Now the Pope's just like whatever, I guess.
Yeah, what a fall from grace.
Yeah, literally.
I thought it was pretty strange when we found out AI was just one really smart guy typing all of our papers and answering all of our questions.
Yes.
How does he even have the time to do that?
Busy.
I know.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, iconic moment of this year was when Mr. Beast. Honestly, an iconic moment of this year was when Mr. Beast humanely euthanized 1,000 sick people.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a crazy video.
It's kind of nice of him.
Yeah.
That was crazy. It wasn't as crazy as when Vladimir Putin dropped that X-rated porn video.
I liked that, though. The golden shower was pretty...
Never pegged him as a missionary guy.
Yeah.
His legs were on her shoulders.
Good for him. I couldn't believe it when sports got harder.
Yeah, that sucked for us, dude.
Yeah.
We could barely play him already.
Blue, yeah. It's not good for the common man.
The rim got way smaller.
Yeah.
They were all triple rims. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna round mine out. When my friend Eric hooked up with 3 girls in 1 week, that was insane.
Legendary.
Like probably one of the coolest things I've ever
Shout
seen.
out E-Bone.
E-Bone. That was epic.
You know what I couldn't believe when we did the Declaration of Independence again just to mess with England?
I know.
Crazy.
What? Like it was just like kind of felt like overkill at that point.
What a year, though.
I know.
What a year.
What are you guys looking forward to in 2024?
Oh, God. I'm looking forward to finally settling down, getting married, buying a house, getting a pet, a mortgage.
I don't know.
Guy who's clearly not ready to get a house. Just take on mortgage.
What did you just say? Why'd you mumble?
Some mortgage. I'm getting more.
Did you know that when
His lips are taped together. All right, sorry, go. You go.
It was stupid. I'm kind of glad you cut me off. It wouldn't have been. It would have been bad.
Okay, well, I was gonna say I feel like this is the first year where normally by the end of the year I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the new year, but like I feel no sense of like that there's actually a new year about this.
Well, isn't that because don't like in general you feel like nothing inside and the days kind of blend together? Weren't you saying that?
I think the why it happens is we live in Los Angeles now, and like
the weather.
in
Facts.
Yeah.
like when you're at facts, dude. When you're in Maine or like kind of anywhere else, there's a change of seasons.
Yeah,
Even if you're in like Florida, there's still like it gets colder and like the leaves, whatever.
I agree.
Here it's just the same fucking day over and over and over. It's like I gotta go on a new podcast. Like I gotta rank another beer. I gotta you know.
I got to do whatever it is I do here.
Wait. Yeah, that's what we should do in 2024 is figure out what the S we do here.
Yeah, we got to figure out what we do here, honestly. Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
When are you going back to Maine?
I'm thinking like maybe Monday.
I'm going Saturday, and I can't wait.
I was thinking about flying back Saturday because my lady friend is in Boston, and I was going to come with you and then take the bus up.
Fun, yeah.
But I think I might just stay here because I haven't had a weekend alone. I think I'm just going to like walk around the house naked, just hanging brain.
Hanging brain, dude. We're guys.
We're going to hang brain. All seriousness, guys, this has been so fun, and we're stoked to see you guys in the new year. There are a lot of new faces around these parts, and we love all you. What should the comment be this week?
Last time it was like 2 episodes ago. It was very.
It was like
to
it sounded like
card.
It sounded like we were
comment your.
I want to know our playmates' favorite moment of Playdates.
Yeah,
history.
maybe a favorite
episode,
play date.
Favorite
play date thing.
Their favorite playdate.
Favorite that, but also, what do you guys want to see in the new year? Yeah. What would make your little day if Will and I did?
Let us know.
And Lauren.
And thank you for an awesome 2023. We love you all so much.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
See you next year.
Bye-bye.